Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel for another video. I have been super absent from this channel. I think the last time that I uploaded was probably September or October. And a lot of things have changed since then, and I wanted to make this video to provide an update as to why I'm in a new background. As you can see, the background is very different. If you're familiar with this background, then you know that I'm back in my hometown. And the last you saw me, I was in San Francisco. I had moved there for a radio journalism apprenticeship, and I was super excited about it, and I was sharing, San Francisco vlogs and kind of giving you guys a look into my life with some vlogs and showing you my apartment and stuff like that. So, as of the time that I'm filming this video, there's been a lot of changes. So like I said, as you can tell, I'm in my hometown. And so basically in October, I came home for Halloween and for the holidays. And I ended up staying since then. So just to rewind a little bit. So I was doing my radio journalism apprenticeship, and I have to say I 100% enjoyed it. I was having a lot of fun. I love doing radio. I did have some qualms about journalism, and there were some things that I didn't enjoy, but I would say overall, I definitely enjoyed it. I'd probably give it like an 8 out of 10 on the enjoyment scale. So it was going super well. And at the same time that I was doing that journalism apprenticeship, I was also doing an internship in language revitalization, but I was doing that remotely. And for the radio journalism internship, I was doing it partially in person, partially online. So anyways, I was really enjoying that experience, but it was October, and I kind of came to this realization that it was time for me to apply for full-time jobs. So I graduated in December of 2020, and pretty much all of 2021, I was doing internships, starting from January. I got my first internship in January, and up until December, I was doing internships. And basically the reason I realized I really needed to apply for a full-time job is because my health insurance, if you're not in the United States, we don't have free healthcare. It's not public healthcare. We have privatized healthcare. And in the United States, most people's health insurance is tied to their employment. So it's based on you having a full-time job, and your employer covers your insurance. Obviously, there's still people who pay out of pocket and stuff like that. It's not 100% free or anything like that. But anyways, so another thing is that Obamacare in the United States, it extended health insurance coverage for young adults up until they're 26. And I'm 25 right now, and in March I'm turning 26. So in March, my health insurance is going to be gone. I'm not going to be on my parents' health insurance anymore. So that was one of the biggest reasons why I felt like it was time for me to apply for a full-time job. And honestly, I was just tired of living in internship land, and I felt like I had plenty of enough experience to be working a full-time job. So in November, the very beginning of November, I started applying for full-time jobs, and I was looking in radio. So I was looking in radio journalism. Specifically, I was looking at producer positions, which is not something that I've done, but is pretty similar to the work that I was doing in the apprenticeships and internships that I already had underneath my belt. And so I made it really far along with 2 different radio stations, and I got like 3rd, 4th round interviews, and I was just super far along in the process. And then in December, I decided to apply for a job working in language revitalization, specifically as a linguist in my home community. And so I already have 2 internships under my belt in language revitalization, and I had 2 internships under my belt in radio journalism. So I felt pretty qualified for both of them. But at the time, I was really going back and forth in my brain about, do I want to be in radio journalism or do I want to be in language revitalization? And there were definitely pros and cons for both of them. So the con for radio journalism is that all of the radio stations in Southern California are pretty much based in Los Angeles. And if you didn't know, I do not live in Los Angeles. It's a pretty good commute from here. So I would probably have to move in order to do those radio jobs. So that was definitely a con because, especially after moving home from San Francisco, I realized that I did not like big city living. Big city living seems really cool on TikTok and in YouTube videos, but the reality of it is like, yeah, it's just not the wave, honestly, for me at least. It's just super romanticized on the internet, I have to say, and I hope you consider that when you are thinking about moving to a big city. Just know that everything is not portrayed super accurately online. And I think I really romanticized that in my head before I went to San Francisco because of so much like internet content and stuff like that. Anyways, so I was applying for jobs, feeling really indecisive about which industry I wanted to go into. And then, so this is December. So in December, I still hadn't heard back for an offer from these radio journalism jobs, but I did an interview for the linguist position, and literally the next day they offered me the job, which was so unexpected and really cool because, like I said, I had applied for these radio jobs in November, and it's literally January, y'all, and I still have not heard for an offer from these radio jobs. So hearing back that news so quickly was like such a huge plus. And the other thing is that the salary offer for the linguist job was so much higher than the radio journalism jobs that I was applying to. Like, I'm talking about a 5-digit difference. Yeah, a 5-digit difference for the radio jobs and the linguist position. And then you factor in, so the radio job would be paying me less, and I'd have to live in LA, so I'd have to pay for rent, I'd have to pay for gas, I'd have to pay for groceries, utilities, internet, furniture, all of that stuff I'd have to be paying for with less money. Versus the linguist job, I could live at home, I can save on gas because it's literally not a commute. It's a 1-minute commute from my house. We're literally in the same neighborhood. And then I save on groceries because my dad pays for groceries. I save on internet. I save on utilities, rent. I don't have to pay any rent. So anyways, when I saw that salary number, it was basically like closed book for me. It gave me the answer of like, okay, 100% I should be going with the linguist job. And everybody that I talked to, like I asked advice from so many of my friends and my family, and overwhelmingly everybody said that I should do the linguist job. So I have the support of my family. I have this really great number looking at me and all of these great benefits. I get to do something that I love. And on top of it, I get to learn and speak my language so much more frequently. So all of those reasons pointed me in the direction that I should take this job. So as of December, I accepted the offer, which was so exciting. My first job offer. And honestly, like if you would have asked me a year ago when I was still in college, like what do you think your starting salary would be when you accepted your first full-time position? I honestly would have put it so much lower. I probably would have hoped that it would have been around the salary that the radio jobs were offering me. But I got even better than that, which is like such a dream. I'm so over the moon. Anyway, so that happened in December, and then when that was all happening, I decided that for sure I was moving back home. So like I said, I was really enjoying doing radio journalism, but I was not enjoying how far away from my dad I was. That was making me super sad and really lonely and anxious and feeling super guilty and feeling like all kinds of emotions about not being with my dad. So that was a huge factor as to why I was interested in applying to full-time jobs, because I needed to find a way to get back to Southern California so that I could be within distance of my dad. So in December, I moved all of my stuff, all of my belongings back to Southern California. And like I said, December is when I got the job offer and accepted the job offer. And this was all before Christmas. So I spent Christmas with my family, spent the New Year, spent Christmas with my friends too. Me and my friends had a Christmas get together. And I spent New Year's with my best friends. And so now it's currently Friday, January 7th, and as of when I'm filming this, I just got the word that I passed all of the hiring process and I start my job on Monday, which I'm so over the moon about. I'm super excited. I am a little sad because I did get the call today that we are going to be going remote because of the COVID cases surging. But I'm also not bummed about that because working from home is like so chill and like so low maintenance, and really convenient, and you get to eat your own food out of your fridge. And yeah, like it's really nice to work from home too. So that's kind of also great. Anyway, so yeah, I'm really happy about the fact that I'll be working a full-time position. I'm like over the moon about that Something that I don't know if I've ever shared before, but like literally since I was in college, I started feeling this way probably when I was around 22 or 23. I really started to feel very guilty about not having a job and not working full time. It was like an insecurity that I really developed. And I just really wanted to be able to like make my own money and support myself and not feel like such a freeloader, which like I'm not a freeloader, you know, so many people go through college and need help. Like it's very normal, but I just personally felt really insecure about it for some reason. So knowing that I'm going to have a full-time job is just really exciting and really affirming and very validating. And my family's super proud of me. I definitely think that there was a point where my family thought that I was not going to be able to support myself. Because if you didn't know, back in college, I got diagnosed with bipolar disorder and I had a psychotic episode and I took time off of school because I literally had to, like, my life depended on me getting treatment and help. And during that time, like not being in college, like literally my family was like, are you going to finish? Like, are you ever going to graduate? Are you ever going to get a job? You know, like a full-time salaried position. And I'm like, I don't know, but I picked myself up and worked my ass off to graduate and get my degree, which is like still to this day one of my biggest accomplishments. Anyway, I'm doing all of this while having a bipolar diagnosis, so it's not the end of the world. Anyway, that is my life update. I'm back home. She's a working woman. She's fully employed. And I'd really like to start up vlogs again, you know, like work week and my life vlogs. Especially now that I'll be working from home, it would be cool to show you, you know, some days in my life, you know, working at my desk and stuff like that. I obviously, like most people, will never get into the nitty-gritty of my job. Because that's stuff that should not be shared on the internet. And like, even if I could share it on the internet, I wouldn't, just because I just feel like you should have privacy about some things. So I won't get into specifics or share any details, other than just like, you know, shots of me typing on my keyboard and stuff like that. So I'd really like to do some work week in my life vlogs. And another thing is very cliche of me, of course, but me and my best friends on New Year's, we had a little get together and we did some vision boards for 2022. And so we set some goals and some aspirations and resolutions and stuff like that of 2022. And I for sure have decided that, so basically in 2018, which you can go back on my channel and you could see those old videos where I really got into a consistent fitness routine and I changed my eating habits and I was like going vegan and vegetarian, and I lost a lot of weight during that time, like probably 20 to 30 pounds, which was so amazing. And like, honestly, I felt really great in my body and I felt really happy. And I look back on those pictures and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I looked like that. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't look anything like that anymore. And last year, I definitely got at my highest weight that I've ever been. So, for this year, the entire year, I am focusing on a new fitness routine and new eating habits. I'm going I'm not vegetarian, I'm pescatarian, but mostly vegetarian. So like I do eat fish, but every other meals, you know, if I'm not eating fish, I'm eating vegetarian. So I'm going back to a pescatarian diet, and I'm counting my calories, and I'm going to the gym every morning. That's why my hair looks kind of messed up, because I've been waking up at 5:30 in the morning and going to the gym at 6:30 in the morning, because I realized I need to get into an early gym schedule once I start my full-time job. So I'd also like to make some vlogs, or include in my vlogs, you know, that routine of going to the gym every morning. And, you know, I've been making meals at home this entire week, and I'd really like to keep that up and try new recipes and stuff like that. So that's all to say, I'd really like to include that content in my new videos that I post for this year. So if that's something you want to see, please let me know in the comments down below. And also, please feel free to just let me know any other type of videos you'd like to see, what you'd like to see in the vlogs, what you'd like to see in regards to my wellness and health journey. I'd be super happy to share all of that content with you. So, with all that being said, that's the kind of stuff I'd like to show in my new videos, and I hope that you guys are doing well, and I hope you're still watching me. I know I've been gone, and I tend to do an absence every now and then, but it's a new year, so we're trying to get into new routines and things. But yeah, please don't forget to leave a comment down below about what you'd like to see from me. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my videos so that it goes in your subscriptions box, and you can turn on the push notifications to get an alert anytime I upload. Yeah, and don't forget to like this video and follow me on my socials to keep up with me. So thank you so much for watching this video and checking in with me again and sticking around. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!